Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series on ESP32. In the last lecture we saw mutex, priority inversion and priority inheritance. In today's lecture we will try to understand deadlocks. Let us understand with an example. Suppose there are two tasks. Task A tries to acquire mutex1 and since mutex1 is free, the task A acquires mutex1. And then task switch happens and task B starts execution. Task B tries to acquire Mutex2 and since Mutex2 is free, task B acquires Mutex2. Now the task B tries to acquire Mutex1 and since Mutex1 is acquired by task A, the task B is blocked. So now task A execution starts and next task A tries to acquire Mutex2, but since Mutex2 is already acquired by task B, the task A is blocked. So now at the end, task A is waiting for the Mutex2 and task B is waiting for Mutex1. And both are in the indefinitely blocked state. If we give the block time port max delay, then both the tasks will be indefinitely waiting. So the result is both the tasks are blocked forever. So deadlock is a situation where two or more tasks are waiting forever for resource held by each other. Deadlock happens because of the circular dependency between tasks that causes infinite waiting. We can prevent deadlocks by using the same lock order. Like task A tries to acquire Mutex1 and then task switches. So task B should also try to acquire Mutex1 first, then Mutex2, so that the order is maintained and deadlock do not happen. Then we can use timeouts. We should not use port max delay so that the tasks are in blocked state indefinitely. We should use timeouts so that if the task is not able to acquire the mutex, it leaves the blocked state after a timeout period. Then avoid multiple mutexes. Instead, we can use queues and events. All these are better synchronization strategies. Deadlocks are avoidable with proper design and synchronization strategies. Let us see an example of deadlock in ESP32. Start Visual Studio Code. Then ESP Explorer. Then New Project Wizard. Use ESP version 6.0.0. Use a template to start with. Hello World template. Create project using template Hello World. Enter the project directory. Then project name. Module 2 Lecture 7 Part 7. Create project. Open the project. Close older window. Rename the main file Deadlock Demo. Now see the CMake list file if it is changed or not. Delete the older content. In this demo, we will create two tasks and two mutex. The task A will acquire Mutex1 and then will wait for Mutex2. And task B will acquire Mutex2 and will wait for Mutex1. Thus both the tasks we will see blocked indefinitely. So let us start coding. Include header files, include stdio.h, then FreeRTOS.h, then task.h, then semaphore.h. Now create two mutexes, semaphore handle T, Mutex1. Create Mutex2, semaphore handle T, Mutex2. Now we will create task A. Task A, void pointer as parameter. In task A, we will first acquire Mutex1 and then we will force a task switch and then we will try to acquire Mutex2. The infinite loop for the task entry function. Then we will print a statement, task A trying to take Mutex1. Task A trying to take Mutex1. Then task A takes the mutex. X semaphore take. The first argument is the mutex to be taken, Mutex1. Then the time for which the task will be blocked if the mutex is not available. We will put here port max delay. Then print a statement, mutex taken. Then we will force a task switch by putting a delay. We task delay. We will delay for 100 milliseconds. 100 milliseconds. After it comes from the blocked state, we will try to take Mutex2. We will try to take Mutex2. We can copy and paste it from here. Task A trying to take Mutex2. Take the Mutex2. At this stage, the task will be blocked. Then print a statement, task A takes Mutex2. Then we will give the semaphore back. X semaphore give. We will give Mutex2 first, then Mutex1. Let us put a delay here for 1 second. Similarly, we will make task B. We can copy and paste it here. So task B will try to acquire Mutex2 first and then it will take Mutex2. Then task B takes Mutex2. Then a delay to force the task switch. Then task B trying to take Mutex1. Then semaphore, take Mutex1. Task B takes Mutex1, takes Mutex1. Then X semaphore, it will give Mutex1 first. Then it will give back Mutex2. I hope this is fine. Now we will make the appmin function. Void appmin. Now we will create the mutexes. Mutex1. X semaphore create mutex. Then we will create Mutex2. X semaphore create mutex. Now we will create the two tasks. X task create pinned to core. We will create task A first. Task A. Then a descriptive name for the task. Task A. Then stack depth 2 kilobytes. Then we won't pass any parameters to the task entry function. So we'll put null. Then priority 1. We won't have any handle, so null. Then running on core 1. Similarly, we will create task B. I hope this is fine. Let us build the project. Build was successful. Now flash it to the device. Use UART. Now monitor the device. Now if we see, task B tries to take Mutex2. Then it takes the mutex as Mutex2 is free. As Mutex2 is available, it takes the mutex and then a task switch happens. Then task A tries to take Mutex1 and as it is free, task A takes the Mutex1. Then a task switch happens. Then task B tries to take Mutex1 and then it is blocked indefinitely, waiting for Mutex1. And then a task switch happens because task B is blocked. And task A tries to take Mutex2. And here it is blocked, waiting for Mutex2. Thus both the tasks are indefinitely blocked, since we have put here port max delay. So we should not put port max delay while waiting for a mutex. This can lead to a situation where the task is waiting indefinitely. So we should give a timeout and handle the timeout wisely. So in this lecture we saw a demo of Deadlock. That's all from this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.